Hello, Clear Creek Partners. We have the possibility to have an auction of our lots on May 23rd, 2015, and this video is to help explain your options. So where are we now? Well, we've got quite a few unsold lots. We have off-water lots and on-water lots as represented by the red and purple boxes. If you can see our asking prices there on the right. So I just showed you Hidden Falls. Now this is the retreat at Hidden Falls. Again, quite a few on-water lots and 4 off-water lots with asking prices there on the right. We've been going on for a few years here, carrying some debt. I believe it's $220,000. It might be as low as $200,000, but for illustration purposes, here's our options. We can all ante up and pay off the debt and distribute lots. Or we can have an auction this spring. We think the cost is around $60,000. We've got a proposal attached to this video you could check out from Target Auction and distribute the lots. So here's how an auction plan might work. We each contribute our pro rata share of $60,000 towards the auction. We hire Target Auction Company. We set a date, suggest May 23rd. It's coming up soon. First, we distribute lots evenly. So see below. I'm going to explain this a little bit further in a couple of slides. It's to be determined. And then once we distribute the lots, each partner can elect to take their lots and auction them absolute. You could auction them with a reserve, or you could just simply keep the lots and don't participate in the auction at all. Prior to auction, what we do is allocate lots to each of the partnerships. Of course, these would be distributed legally once the debt is paid off and the auction is concluded. And these are just some sample lot placeholders with approximate retail values attached. The reserve lot value, basically it's the combination retail value for the lots that were assigned. So it all neatly added up to roughly $1.3 million. So if you look at Lynn Shannon, lot 21, $169,000, that is roughly 12.6% of $1.3 million. And you take that percentage of the retail lots you've received and compare it to your actual ownership in the partnership. Lastly, there's just a summary. It's the difference between the percentage of your retail value of the lots you've been allocated. Compare that to your actual ownership in Clear Creek Partners Partnership, and there you have a variance or a difference. All right, so just a quick review. So before we'd have the auction, each partner would be allocated lots in accordance to their pro rata share of the partnership. Make sure everybody's okay with which lot that they're getting. And then they can elect to auction that lot absolute or auction it with reserve, or don't participate at all in the auction and just keep the lot. So the remaining lots are to be auctioned absolute. The goal of selling these lots is to pay off our debt, pay for the cost of the auction, and make some money on the auction itself, and if you so elect, to liquidate your lot. So we've talked about everything prior to auction, right? So which partners are going to get allocated which lots and your options, whether or not you want to contribute it to the auction or not. Now let's talk about the auction itself. So you're welcome to call the auctioneer company. I can give you his name and number. You can also read the marketing plan that's been submitted. Target Auction seems to have their act together, and we think they'll draw a big crowd just from the advertising. But there's something that everybody knows that is going to draw a bigger crowd, and that's everybody wants a deal. No one likes going to an auction with a bunch of hidden reserves, so the more absolute lots we can put at auction, the better. I'm not really sure how many partners are going to want to sell their lots absolute, and we only have 4 waterfront lots absolute, which we're concerned is not going to draw a big crowd. So I personally have about 15 lots on Lake Bankhead, which is about 15 minutes from Jasper, which is Jasper being 15 minutes from Hidden Falls. And I can put some waterfront lots into the absolute auction along with some lots with some low reserves. We've also got some other developers that have lots nearby that may be willing to sell their lots absolute. Any thoughts you might have are greatly appreciated. All right, so what does this auction produce? Right, so we sent a nice spreadsheet along with this presentation, and if you look at the numbers pointed out by the arrows, that's the percentage off that we think the auction might generate. Maybe we get 10 cents on the dollar, we might get 50 cents on the dollar. You can play with these numbers. And this is a screenshot from the actual spreadsheet. Once you've input your numbers, you can come up with your own conclusion and figure out what's the total amount generated by the absolute sale, deduct the auction premium, and the debt will have a net distribution that can be distributed to our partners, along with the lots you've been allocated, which, again, you can decide to sell it at auction or keep it. Okay, so what are the next steps? We've got to have 100% buy-in. So once you watch this video and look at the proposal in the spreadsheet, please email back and tell us, yes, I'm in, or no, I'm going to punt, and we'll just keep going. Again, this is a unanimous vote. So if you agree to the auction, then we need to agree to the lots to be distributed. Everybody's got to be happy with the lot that they get. And then tell us whether or not you want that lot sold absolute or reserve, and then with the price for the reserve. We'll draw up an agreement, and you can send in your money for your pro rata share of the $60,000 auction price. And let's all hope for the best. May 23rd would be a good date to kick this off. And feel free to contact me, Rich Randolph, for any questions you have on this video or on the spreadsheet. Thanks.